Hello, hello, beautiful souls. I'm Esther, also known as Schmexy Pants. Welcome to my channel. I wanted to talk today about good readings versus readings that are maybe not so great. So I feel like a lot of people in this community have had tarot readings before, oracle readings, what have you. And I think the mark of a good reading is not so much that nothing negative comes up, because a lot of times, when we get a reading, it's kind of when we're in a place of not stuckness necessarily, although sometimes it is, but kind of wanting to see what the shifts are, or needing a shift. And I think that sometimes these negative things come up, but I think the mark of a truly great reading is also not necessarily that it tells you what's going to happen in the future, but gives you some helpful tips to move forward, or gives you some sense of hope. You leave feeling empowered, sometimes weepy. That happens. Emotions, they come up during readings. That's okay. But kind of with a way to navigate forward. Not so great readings. Man, oh man. It can range from the outright harmful, damaging, to unsettling. So if anybody has told you that there's a curse on you, I've had that happen when I was, way too young to probably be getting readings, to be honest. That, you just need to cut everybody in your life out who's been negative. That things are just never going to work out for you, or that, things that basically put you back into a victim mentality, even if it's with the good intentions from a kind person. I think the true mark of a good reading is, and a good reader is, do you feel uplifted? Do you feel empowered with tools? Do you feel like the person has your best interests at heart even an hour later after the reading, when you're reflecting on it? Do you feel that the person took your money without giving you something of value, that basically, did you get anything new that you didn't know before you went in, whether that's like a new strategy, a book recommendation, sometimes just information about your actual situation. For me, those are the marks of a good and ethical reading. You should never leave a reading feeling like you have nowhere to go, like disempowered. You should never leave a reading feeling terrified. And also, I want to say the best readers will never really give you a full yes or no. They'll give you a, if the energy continues in this trend, if things don't change, this is where it's going. Kind of, do you like it? Do you not like it? What can we do to help bolster you if you do like the way it's going? How can you maybe veer path or give yourself resources if you don't? I think this is something that's important to talk about in this community, just because, oftentimes, like I say, we go for readings when we're feeling stuck or in crisis, sometimes just because it's fun. Truly, sometimes it's just like, hey, be interesting to know about my love life. It'd be interesting to know how many kids I would have if you go to like palmistry, or there's all sorts of insights that you can get about yourself. I think for me, having received a reading that was, surprising in a not so, in kind of an icky way, to be honest, I think that what I'm coming away with for myself is the positive in terms of how much I've changed. Something like that would have sent me reeling. Sorry, there was a problem with my camera. I just had to come back for a second. Yeah, I think it's really important to know that, like, it can be damaging for some people. I think the true mark of my own growth is, having a not so ideal reading the other day, and something like that could have sent me reeling for weeks, months, years in the past. And now I see how resourced I am in terms of, like, who are people who are, safe to me to talk it out with. Where am I learning that that's not in alignment with how I feel or my values? What can I do to kind of shift myself, my perception, Nothing is ever set in stone. Aside from the fact that I believe that we have free will, nothing in nature stays still. So you change your vibration, you change your outlook. It doesn't necessarily change the things around you, but certainly, you know, it can change the outcomes of things or your reactions to the outcomes. So, anyway, I hope this helps somebody. If you have a reading that feels fear based, or where you're told something that, scares you deeply or upsets you deeply, check in with yourself about which parts of it feel true versus untrue. Check in with yourself in terms of the reality that you're in, what you want to create, and maybe talk it out with a trusted friend or mentor. Um, yeah. Again, even with positive readings, nothing's set in stone. But what's important is that you feel uplifted, that you feel heard, that you feel supported. That's what we're here for. So I hope that helps, and I hope you have the most beautiful day.